What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Estate Forecast. Today we are having on Hunter Pena Wilson, and she is a sub-2 student and one of the first people that I met when I was at Clever Summit last April. And, I really wanted to start this year off right with somebody whose vibrations are high, whose vibe is just right there with mine. I wanted to really wanted to bring in some energy and some positivity to the new year. So Hunter was the perfect person to do that. I'm so grateful that she's going to be coming on with us today, and we should be having her about any second now. So I hope you guys are ready. This is going to be awesome. Astro and Sub 2 collaboration over competition all day, baby. Hello. How are
Hello,
you?
I'm
Welcome.
good. How you doing?
You know what? I'm absolutely wonderful right now. I'm so glad to be having you on. I was kind of talking about it before, and I was like, just to start out the year, I wanted to really have somebody on that kind of matched my vibe and really had some energy to come on. So I'm just really excited about having you on today.
I appreciate that. No, of course. I mean, when you reached out, I was like, yeah, why the fuck not, right? So let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. In Sub 2 Astro collaboration, you can't get any better than that.
Most definitely, yeah. There is something I got to clarify though. So I am actually a Flip Me student. I'm not a Sub
Okay,
2 student, but
okay.
we all are around the same circles. It's all the same thing. And then, as you know, Joe and Andrea are Sub 2, so technically by
Yeah,
affiliation.
okay. See, yeah, that's how I got mixed up in all of this. Literally what I said, when they were coming on, I thought you were gonna come on with them too. And so
Yeah, yeah.
when you weren't, it kind of threw me off a little bit. And so you're a Flip Me student. Okay, so
Yeah.
is that how you got into real estate?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess that's like the official start point. Other than like watching the videos, like a lot of us do, right? We get on some Jerry Norton, we see some Pace Morby, and then we find these mentorships. But yeah, I actually got in contact with Pace from actually Rilla Stacy. She's a real estate investor out in Hawaii, where I'm from. And she actually recommended reaching out to either Pace Morby or Steve Trang. And this is before I bought the mentorships. I was like, hey girl, like, do you know any mentors that are out here in Arizona? I want to be face to face with them. Like I know I can reach out to all these other people, but I want somebody I can like actually go to, right?
Yeah, right.
So she recommended those two guys who are pretty like, pretty cool people to be recommended to. And within that first week, I ended up sending Pace a resume and a little, message on Instagram just saying like, hey Pace, I really want to get into real estate. I've been seeing some videos of yours, watching a few things. I was wondering if I could work for you, right? And
Uh-huh.
immediately within the next 10 to 15 minutes, Pace texted me back. He was like, hey, we haven't had anybody send us a resume like this. Why don't you come over and we can talk about, what we can do? I was like, oh crap, is this real? you know?
And about when was this?
So this was last year around October. So 2021, not this immediate, not 2022, 2021 of October, yeah.
Okay, 2021 of October. So that's kind of your start point. And you said you're from Hawaii. So what were you doing in Hawaii? What was kind of like growing up there like? And then that decision to say, hey, I'm gonna, kind of go over here in Arizona and do this.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, born and raised in Hawaii from Waipahu, specifically on the island of Oahu. And yeah, so I graduated back in 2012. I actually went to Northern Arizona University. I went to college. I had my degree in mechanical engineering, um, with like a minor in math and whatever, but that's not important. So yeah, I went to college. I graduated 2017, went back home for a few years. While I was back home, I guess, I mean, my family has always been around entrepreneurship and whatnot, right? When I was a kid, my mom actually had her own business. It was called Pamper Princess Little Girls Day Spa. So we've been working since since I was 7 years old, right? My siblings since they were at their age, right? But
Right.
yeah, I've been working in small business since I was 7, and then I believe we actually closed the shop in 2008, 2009 when, you know, the recession, not recession, you know, when that time hit during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you know, being an entrepreneur and making our own money and, you know, planning our own days is kind of like in our DNA, is what I like to say, right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and then so yeah, fast forward to 2018, I moved back to Hawaii after college. And then I actually started my own dog treat business. It was called Ubu's Barkery because my dog's name is Ubu. And we were just doing farmers markets, right? So we would go out every weekend, every Saturday, set up the booth at like 7 a.m., putting up tents, getting the cinder blocks, you know, making the display tables, my partner and I. And yeah, we were just selling dog treats. And then the pandemic hit and we were like, okay, this is a lot. We only been in business for maybe a year and a half. Let's kind of just like close it down because we couldn't figure out operations of finding a kitchen, doing the subscription base. I mean, we had the ideas. It was just we couldn't figure out the capital. We couldn't figure out all these other things. So
Mm-hmm.
we kind of laid it to rest. And then my partner, she's actually from Arizona. I met her at NAU. And she wanted to come back home during the pandemic. So I was like, okay, we'll go back to Arizona. So that's kind of what happened. She came back to Arizona. I came back to Arizona. And then while I was out here, I was actually working as an admissions advisor for a nursing college out in Massachusetts. Very random, but that's what I was doing.
Okay.
Um, and so I was advising nurses to figure out what type of nurse practitioner they wanted to be. Very fulfilling role, but it wasn't like my calling. And it still had to do with sales and, you know, getting those reps in. So
Yeah.
while I was out here, I was doing more research on real estate. Actually wanted to house hack initially. I wanted to house hack. I wanted to get as much property as I could, just because back in Hawaii, there's such a big emphasis on owning land and owning property, especially as a native Hawaiian, right? So yeah, I figured why not do it in the mainland and get as much property and land as I can out here. So
That is
yeah,
so cool.
that's kind of the start off point.
Like, yeah, that's amazing. That is such an incredible, and it's so different from everybody else that I've had on, and it's a really cool journey that you had just to get there. And so tell me a little bit about Flip Me because I'm really not familiar with Flip Me, honestly.
Yeah, so Flip Me is actually another mentorship. It was created by
Hmm.
Pace, Laura, Jamil, and Rahima. And I got into it around October, September as well, right? Um, and yeah, I don't know what I was really expecting out of it. I don't know. I can't even tell you like why I chose Flip Me over Sub 2 or what happened during that time. That's just like the ad channel that came in, right? Whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I joined it and it's still a very small group. And I believe that Pace them started this mentorship because that's when they got on A&E, right? The triple digit flip. So it made sense for them to start this whole thing. But I don't know. I have a few theories as to why it's not as like either popular or it's not as successful as Sub 2 or Astro, right? Reason being, I think the market played a very big role in like people flipping in general, you know? So it's like, how are we going to promote this course and this mentorship when this is a kind of not the best time to be doing flips, right? Um, Also, it's a very different community. In our Facebook group, it's not as like live, it's not as active, it's only like a few people posting every day. So yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah,
very
and
different.
it hasn't had, the same time as Sub 2 to kind of, come along, and I'm sure that as it goes and the market changes and flips become more popular, I mean
Yeah.
anything Pace puts his hands on, is gonna flourish in a good way,
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
He's absolutely amazing. So, is that when you joined? So you knew Joesph and Andrea before you joined Flip Me,
It was like
correct?
all around the same time. I believe I joined Flip Me before I met Joseph and Andrea. But again, this was all in October. It's literally like a matter of weeks.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I actually met Joseph and Andrea at a was it a whole shark meetup or all in? It was an all in meetup again in October. We actually, I don't know if you know who they are, but Jackie and Hudson, we met them over there as well. They're part of like our old Instagram that we started, Drive Hive Arizona.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I haven't seen that.
oh yeah, so we were
Is it
making
still
videos.
up?
Yeah, we still have the Instagram up. It's still doing its
Oh,
thing.
Drive
We
Home Arizona.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the idea back then was that, yeah, we were just driving for deals. We were just like it was a really cool like group of people. I was gonna say kids, but like yeah, young adults. And it was just like driving for deals, like going out every weekend. And we were consistent as hell. Like it was five of us in the car, right? I was always in the middle, squeezed in the back because it was two couples, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, we were just looking for distressed homes, like, and it was during like Halloween time, and then it was Christmas time, and it was just good. It was like a really good time. And then yeah, we would meet up, we would do our phone calls all together. And like the idea from that point was to be able to like develop an app for like actually driving for deals that actually worked,
Mm-hmm.
that was effective and like could do all the little things that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
um, but then at that point, there's a really critical point within your journey of where you need to decide, like, okay, what are my goals and values compared to the people that I want to do business with, right? And then at that point, we just found out Jackie and Hudson, they really had a different mindset or goal for what they were wanting to do within their real estate compared to what we
Mm-hmm.
wanted to, which is totally fine. We love Jackie and Hudson, we wish we could hang out with
Absolutely.
them like 100% more. Only thing is that everybody's busy. We're all like grinding and doing the thing, so the time will come. But yeah, it was such an amazing start to the journey, and now it's just like it's the everyday in and out hustle and like understanding those goals and sticking to them.
Yeah. Well, you probably don't even know it, but you guys, all of y'all, were such a critical start to my journey. Literally, like Clever Summit, like it was just crazy that I was there. I couldn't even believe that I made it. Like I got a free ticket. Like we somehow got a flight out there. Like it was just crazy. I just couldn't even believe I was there. And
Mhm.
we went through that first day, and I just turned around, and all y'all were sitting there, and I don't know how it exactly happened, but like I was talking to y'all, and either Joesph started like filming, and it was like content that was happening, and I was like a part of it. And I was like, I don't even like, I don't know what to say. So it was like, it was crazy, and y'all's energy and just y'all's vibe. It like, I was like, these are awesome people. Like, and obviously y'all being Joesph and Andrea being in sub two, and me thinking you're in sub two, but you're gonna flip me, same thing basically.
Mhm.
Um, it just gave me this drive, and when I got back home, and really it kept me going through some of like the harder times, just like knowing that you guys were out there since I wasn't in a mentorship, right? Because that community, that sense of community is just so important. Those months that I got back from Clever Summit and was not in a community was really, really tough. So essentially that's part of the reason why I started the podcast, is because I'm trying to like do anything that I can to like
Yeah.
increase my information and just like provide value to people, and do the thing
Yeah.
with what I have. um and so you guys really helped me, and I appreciate that a lot.
And that's so great to hear. I mean, I remember you talking about it when you talked to Joe and Andrea on their time on your podcast. And I was like, that's so wild. It's like when you really find something that is like your calling, or that you're supposed to be putting your time and energy towards, things will work itself out, right? That's why they're always talking about divine timing. And it's actually a real thing. So yeah, it's cool that we were able to be a part of your journey as well. So thanks.
Yeah, yeah, y'all were, and now I went and I got a side job, and I saved up enough money to get into Astro. I'm in Astro, and I've been in for like maybe a month and a half now, and
Okay.
I'm talking. Jamel like knows me, like I talk to Jamel like every single call that we have, and um I'm making impacts on the community. Like I've started on my YouTube channel. I have this series called "Day in the Life of an Astro Flipper," And like, I've just been documenting every single day, literally. And, you know, somebody last night on the Zoom was like, it's, you know, provided value to me and made me come up here tonight and get talk to you, Jamel. So, you know, just everything from the content, even like that little small thing when I was with you, like it just propelled me in such a good way. So
That's so crazy. I'm literally getting chicken scans. That's
isn't
very
it?
yes, yes. That's cool because now you've been in Astro and now you have this community that's going to be able to back up all the hard work you've been putting in with your podcast and, you know, doing the work on your end, you know? So yeah, that's wild. It's cool stuff.
It is. And so 2023 is here. When you look back on 2022, what were some of your, like, some of the things you're more proud of, some of the brighter spots that you're happy with, and then what are some of the things that in 2023 you want to really improve on?
Sure. So in 2022, I mean, when I look back and I think of like the bigger impact moments, right? Obviously when Joe, Andrea, and myself, and I can send you this video, it was like our first meeting. It's like a time lapse of us just sitting down for like a few hours, really just going through this business plan and like laying out what we think and see for this business, right? Um, I always think that's going to be such an impactful day that we don't even realize it, right? And yeah. So yeah, actually, when we first started, our company's name was Cajillionaire Investments. Okay, like say that 3 times fast. I can't even do it. And then and then, you know, through our marketing, talking to agents and all these things, and every time we would get on the phone, we're like, oh yeah, it's Hunter at Cajillionaire Investments. They're like, sorry, what is that? And I'm like, you're right. No, we gotta change this. We gotta redo this. So yeah, so we did that. I think the next impactful thing was coming up with the name of our company, the housing company.
I
Because
like that a lot.
yeah, so much more brandable, so much easier to, you know, say, remember.
I've
So
seen
yeah,
it. I've seen it. Like when I was watching, like I just couldn't like remember it in my head, but when you said it, I'm like, yep.
yeah. And so we see so many things for this company. And a lot of it started because we sat down on that day. And now we have like bigger ideas other than just an acquisitions company. And I truly believe it's because, you know, when they say that saying of if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, take people with you, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, wow. We're gonna have to clip that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
I
real.
mean, I always, you know, do well in like team environments, teamwork stuff. So
Yeah, and I think like too when you're sitting down in an environment like that and you got your team, these are people that you're close with and you know that all your goals are kind of and aspirations are the same, and then you put the intention to it
mhm.
and you are all there together and then the intention and you can all kind of align with that intention and really start going after it. And then, you know, it's important, I think, to like I'm sure that you guys have some sort of a like meeting, like not exactly like that, but something to where y'all get together and kind of do the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like
No, we
maybe
definitely
like
do.
yeah,
So we do it once a week, just to kind of give you a little
once a
thing.
week.
We do it once a week. It's called a win meeting, right? We got this from SoulPod. Shout out to the guys, SoulPod and Chandler. We attended their mastermind or their retreat, 2-day retreat. Amazing, amazing, amazing. But yes, so we have a win meeting weekly. It is a 90-minute meeting where we're able to, you know, go through this checklist, right? And oh my gosh, if anybody wants to go through business framework, or you know, if you have a team that you're trying to lead and you need help organizing that, either reach out to us or attend SoulPod's meetup or retreat, because they're going to be doing it, I think, every quarter. Highly recommend. And yeah, so you're able just to break down every piece of your business, right? Spend 5 minutes on this, right? 5 minutes check-in, 5 minutes on how are we doing on this, and this. And then we spend 60 minutes on our issues, right? So then our issues are determined by our little scorecard or our KPIs, right? So, okay, did somebody not do their 10 buyers this week? Okay, how come? Right? That goes into the issues bucket. Oh, did this deal not close? How come? Oh, it was a dispo process. Okay. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That is
Yeah.
amazing. So I've seen a little bit on the Soul Pod. Just I think from y'all tagging it.
Yeah.
Did y'all do like ice buckets there? Is that a
Yes.
thing? Oh my gosh, bro. I want to do it. I'm so scared though.
Don't be scared. Just do it. Just do it. Right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm that kind of person that will do it. Like I'm bending up in my mind, like I'm scared. I gotta pull outside. I just need to go do it.
Yeah. Right. So even less excuses. That water's probably freezing right now.
Oh, all right, you're gonna make me do it. I'm gonna send you a video of me doing it. All right.
Please, I'll send you video when I did it.
All right, cool. I got
Yeah.
this. I got this. So let's see. What about you and the team? Are you guys mainly still focused on door knocking? Is that y'all's main outreach right now?
No, actually, so we had, not that we had to, we decided to change it up. One, because door knocking is very time consuming and it just takes a lot of effort. And honestly, a lot of like self check-ins. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's hard. That is hard work, let me tell you, because you have people knocking, like telling you no, sometimes swearing at you. There was one time this guy told Joesph and I, he was like, I'll pop a cap in your ass, you know? And we were like, whoa, you're right. Okay, I'll run away, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
it's not, it can be sustainable, right? If you, like, we have a channel for door knockers, right? We built out their schedules, we'll built out their routes, right? That's something I had to figure out is planning their routes so it's time efficient, planning how many doors it makes sense to do in 3 to 4 hours, right? That way they're not wasting gas and they know who they're talking to. And then I also created like an Excel with the details of each seller too. So we have a door knocker channel, but for us as the owners and operators currently of the company, no, we do not want to door knock anymore. So what we have done is that we've gone from a marketing business model to a sales business model to a marketing business model. And what that means is that now we're going to be focusing on data. And currently we are working with Samsung and his data disruptors to get like the best prime data that you can get, right? Reason being is that he is pulling all of the data from the different what's it called, recorder's office websites in the counties that we want. So rather than getting the data from all these different servicers like Batch or PropStream or whoever, we're getting it straight from the county. You know.
Yeah, that's so awesome and interesting because literally last night when I talked to Jamel, I asked that's kind of something I was asking him about because I've big goals set for 2023 and in order to achieve those goals, I got a lot of work to do. And I know that one of the most critical things that I have to do is become a literal master of the market that I'm working. So I want to have the best data, the best information possible. So that's kind of what we were talking about. And, I need to find me a Sam Singh in my market.
I mean, you can actually reach out to Samsung. We're working on getting an affiliate code with Sam. I'm gonna just say it right now. The housing company, leave it at that. That's gonna be our affiliate code. Sam already offered it to us, but we just haven't hammered out the details. But I would recommend, there's like different pricing, but you can go from 5 counties, 10 counties, and 15 counties, right? That's kind of like the pay scales. So that's why we were able to go out into these different markets, right? Because you can do well being at home and whatnot, but why not go virtual, right? We had to like kind of tackle that issue or that mindset within ourselves as well, right? We were like, we're comfy, we're happy just being in Arizona, and Sam pushed our comfort zone. He was like, why not go virtual, why not do that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, now we are in Texas, Florida, and North Carolina as well. So 2 quick little plugs. If you guys want to get in touch with Samsung, send me a DM, and then we'll get you the affiliate code. And then also, what was the other one? I can't remember the other one. We'll leave it at that for now.
Okay, Samsung, do you know his Instagram?
Yeah, it's let me see.
If you just just say it, and I will edit it in and pop it on the screen for us.
For sure. So yeah, it's at Arch Sam Sing.
Great, thank you so much. That
Of
is,
course.
I will be reaching out to him and talking to him about that. That is going to be super helpful towards just what I want to do in 2023. What are some of the things that y'all are wanting to do? Did you already
Yeah.
say that?
No, not yet. No,
Okay.
we got sidetracked. Yeah.
Yeah, we started talking about 2022. Okay. All
Yeah.
right, 2023.
Yeah. So for 2023, we have quite a bit of goals. I think our biggest is going to be a quarter for a quarter. So we want to do 250K by the end of March. And we have all of the systems and processes to do that. So it would be kind of unreasonable for us not to reach it, you know?
Quarter for a quarter.
Quarter for quarter. And then other than that, it is being consistent within our content. I have a goal of doing 50 pieces of content a week. And then when I say 50 pieces, it's like stories, reels, TikToks, shorts. By the way, YouTube shorts are like booming. And then obviously LinkedIn, our website, and all of that stuff, which is easier with 3 people. So
Yeah. That's one of the last things that I kind of wanted to talk to you about too was content. So kind of back it up just a little. When you got into content at first, because a lot of people are asking me right now, like, since I've been so loud and I do make so much content, they're like, what is like, how did you get over this fear, or what like, so what was it for you when you started doing it that made you feel comfortable in front of the camera? Or
um
what did you feel comfortable at the beginning? How was it?
yeah. Okay. This is like, I don't know if you want this whole thing. So
Oh yeah, get it to me.
so I've always wanted to be in social media. I didn't know in what aspect, I didn't know how I wanted to do it, but right, we all have been watching social media. So the people that really influenced like my stuff has been like Ryan Higa. He's like an old YouTuber, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then actually for like interviews, like Anthony Bourdain, like his type of interviews with food and whatnot. Um, and then I like a lot of like podcasts, like new rock stars for like Marvel and stuff like that. Big range. Okay.
Yeah,
Anywho, so in
this
college,
is why I
everybody,
love you.
huh?
I said this is why I love you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks. Depth.
yeah.
So back in college, everybody has to do a capstone, right? So it's like their senior project, whatever. So the capstone that I actually chose, even though I was in engineering, they said you could choose whatever. I was like, okay. So I chose how to make YouTube profitable. That was my capstone. And then I have like all these graphs about people make money through ad, right? And this is back in
Mm-hmm.
2017. So it's completely different. I'm sure it's not the same anymore, but yeah, how to make ad revenue, how to get subscribers, how to, do all these things with yourself. And I actually ended up winning the capstone project. I have this little like thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it was out of the business school or whatever. So anywho, so yeah, I won the thing. So I've always wanted to do social media and content. I just didn't know in what industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it out with being like a financial advisor. That didn't work out. It just didn't get the type of views, or I don't know what it was. It just didn't work. And then when I finally found real estate, I was in this like season of just posting content for myself. So I have a personal Instagram as well. It's at Hunty Wenty. Yeah, it's at Hunty Wenty, and it's like just all of my videos, like my family, like random reels I'll make. But yeah, that's just my page. That's HUNTIE underscore WUNTIE, right? So yeah, at Hunty Wenty, it's that one. And then yeah, so actually to backtrack now, when I texted Pace and he was like, yeah, come on over, right? To, you know,
Mm-hmm.
let's see what you do. He said he basically said the reason why he was so comfortable and like open to like invite me to the house even after I sent my resume, he was like, because of my Instagram. I had this one video. He was like, it's that smile. I was like, okay, Pace, thank you so much. So it's like your Instagram really does help you open doors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if that's one thing anybody can take out of, you know, why you should get over your fear or your, you know, imposter syndrome, it's because it literally opens doors to people to get to know you without you needing to say anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then I think also, you know, there's the way that you can look at it of you know, there's that you 10 years ago
Mm.
that's absolutely living out there right now. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're not sharing your story and what you're doing, you can't help that person that is going to be scrolling through, you know, Instagram or whatever. And when they come across you, you know, you have the opportunity and the, you know, it's almost like a disservice not to like share your story at like a certain extent, you know. So
100%. There's all the baby hunties and the baby Patricks out there, you know, waiting to see, okay, well, that's my next step. That's what I got to do.
exactly. And you know, I think that it's kind of, you know, I know that I met y'all at Clever Summit, but it's been a way for me to keep up with what y'all are doing. You know, I'm always seeing y'all on there, and I'm always liking your stuff, and I always get this warm, happy feeling inside when I see you guys because it's just that like that vibe we had, and like I have it right now with you. Like I just feel it, and it's awesome, and you're awesome, and your team is awesome. I love you all. Um, yeah, I think that's all that I got for you today. Is there anything that you want to plug? Anything else that you want to plug?
Yeah, actually, we are having a meetup February 17th
Let's
out
go.
here. Yep, it's out here in Phoenix, Arizona. We are dialing in on the details. So nothing, the time is going to be around 5 o'clock, but as in like location and who the speakers are, we're still working on that. But yes, meetup February 17th out here in Phoenix.
So just be staying tuned on Hunter's Instagram,
Hmm.
and you will see it because she stays posting all the time.
Yep, that's right.
Everybody go follow her. She is so awesome. I'm serious. You will get a ton of value from her content and just the person that she is and the way that she presents herself. She really is amazing. So thank you so much for coming on. I am extremely grateful. I really, really am.
Thank you so much, Patrick. I had fun. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Okay.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
All right.